All my intelligent students, are you all back? Online students, are you guys there? Yes, sir. Okay, everyone, come back. Dev, everyone else, up Tingla. What? What did you eat? Sambar. Mango rice. Raw mango rice. Vada. Then? Oh, ladyfinger. Then spinach. Ladies and gentlemen, Divya is now going to sleep. She had a very delicious lunch. Now she is going to sleep. Are you going to sleep, Divya? You had a nap. Managed to do so many things. My God. Very good. Yes, Rahul. Sriram. Are you understanding FM? Sure. Will you make me proud? That is okay. I want you to get at least 50 on 50. At least. Chalo, I can just allow you to get 49. But nothing less than 49. Will work. Okay. What's your good name? The boy who just needs. What last? Told him 5 attempts, na? Prakash, Prashant, Pranav, now Pankaj. Pankaj, na? Mr. Ish. What's your name? Bottle? Eh? Rakshit. Very good. The time has come. To sleep बोलते हैं. Zoom students are already sleeping. Isn't it? All the Zoom students? No, sir. 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 All will sleep in 5 minutes. I know that. TV is off. What did you go do? The TV. TV. I just saw that you all were doing something with Amazon. No, na? Let's take. That is not allowed. Only one movie will go on. FM. Where I am the villain. Isn't it? No, I know. Back of the mind, you all, what you are thinking, I all know that. Ready with the weapon now. So, Mr. Rakesh, fifth proposal. How was it? Did you do the cost benefit analysis? Very dangerous. What? No? No benefit. Oh my God. Then it is better that you focus here only. Now let us start with estimation. Where is your partner? Why? Emergency. Why is this done? Why have you gone fever? What happened? Headache? Okay, emergency. Look at the boy's emergencies. What happened to him? Still he's here. The boys. Look at the girls. Woman. Pranav has written the boys. Okay. Now, working capital. What is the basic meaning of working capital? Can I say the capital which is required for your day-to-day operations? We have to estimate. We have to look. We are going to learn in this chapter how to estimate the working capital. Very simple concept. Let's say, for example, you want to start with your own business. You want to start with your own business. Now, of course, what you will have to do is you have to structure the capital, right? And for that, you should know what is the amount of the capital which is required, right? So, first of all, we will estimate that how much amount will be required in the of the company. Fixed assets is very easy. How estimation of fixed assets? Like you want to start, for example, your own manufacturing company. So then in that particular case, what are the list of fixed assets required? Plant and machinery, land and building, office equipment, furniture, fixtures. That you just have to call up the vendors. They will give you the list. Will have the estimate. But also very much important for you to understand that what the working capital required to function those fixed. If I raised 1 crore rupees and that entire 1 crore rupees if I spend on the fixed assets of the company, then I'm not doing a good thing. Why? Because I don't have any money which is left to buy the raw material, to make the payment of labor, wait for the raw material to get converted into finished goods, to make the payment of factory overheads. Don't you think for all those things we require some working capital for our day-to-day operations? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. That is why we have to estimate the working capital. So estimation of working capital is extremely important for the smooth functioning of the business. Now, as I told you, fixed assets estimation is very important. Call up your vendors, they will give you a list of fixed assets, and you can come to know that what is the amount of the fixed assets which is required for manufacturing operation. But working capital, don't you think for working capital, you can't call up vendor and ask that what is the amount of working capital which I can't go to the bank and ask that, listen, I want working capital. Bank said, how much? I asked how. Do you think that is possible? No. I have to give a list of my expenses for the entire year. I have to see what are my current assets, what are my current liabilities. I have to estimate things, and then I have to give for all those things to whom? To the bank. Bank will finance my work. So in this chapter, we are going to revise how do you estimate the working. There are two types of companies for estimate. How many types of companies are there, beta? Two. The first one is called as your existing company, and the second one is called as your newly formed company. Every company has to estimate the working capital. Like, let's become a CFO of, let's say, Tata Motors. Now, at the beginning of the next financial year, you will have to go and ask the management, listen, Last year we manufactured 1 lakh cars. Now in the next year, please tell me your plan, how much cars you want to manufacture. Suppose he tells you that we are going to manufacture 1,50,000 cars in the next year. Do you think that will you be able to manufacture 1,50,000 cars with the same amount of working capital to have it for 1 lakh cars? Come on here. Don't you think the level of activity increases, the estimation of working capital also increases? Come on, yes or no? Yes. So CFO, before they start with a new financial year, you know what do? They always see for the next year what is going to be the level of activity. Even for a newly formed company, you have to estimate the amount of working capital for the purpose of raising funds. Estimation of working capital always first identify which type of a company. Is it an existing company or it's a newly formed company? Now, there are two things extremely important to estimate the working capital. The first one is your time period, and the second one is your level of activity. Now, why is time period very important to estimate the working? Why is time period very important to estimate? Can I say that time period is very important because time period indicates the period for which the money will be blocked. So if suppose the money is getting blocked in raw material for 1 month, the money is getting blocked in work in progress for 2 months. Total time period for which the money is blocked is what, beta? 3 months. The money which is getting blocked in finished goods is for 2 months. So now the total time period for which the money is blocked is what? 5 months. Suppose I am selling the goods to my customers and customers is giving 1 month. I am giving 1 month credit to my customers. So now the total time period for which the money will be blocked will be what? 6 months. After the period of 6 months, Rakesh, what will happen? Can I say whatever money I have spent, that all will be recovered at the end of the 6 months? Then I can again do the activity. So working capital is also known as circulating capital because it keeps on rotating in the business. Okay, if my time period for which the money is getting blocked is, let's say for example, 6 months, can you all please tell me for how many times in a year can I rotate this? If the time period for which the money is getting blocked is 3 months, then can I say the money will be rotated 4 times in a year? If the time period for which the money is getting blocked is 2 months, then can I say I rotate money 6 times in a year? But what is your view? The time period for which the money is getting blocked, if that is high, then the need for working capital will be lower or the need for capital will be higher. The time period, if it is higher, then the need for working capital should be lower or it should be higher. Why, Sadhana, higher is because more the time period for which the money is blocked, I will need more amount from the bank to operate my business. That particular, you are valuing the debtors. What did you? That if the time period is 1 month, then example investment debtors is. But the moment the time period increases, then don't you think your investment in debtors that also increases for more period of on? Yes or no? Yes. So always remember that if you want to estimate, first thing search for the time period. Then beta you have to search for your level of activity. Now you know Mukesh Ambani RI. Know that my level of activity is extremely high as compared to his level of activity. So in this particular case, if my level of activity, then what do you think the need for working capital is more? My company is having more level of activity compared to his level, his business. Don't you think higher the level of activity, higher will be the need for working capital? Come on, yes or no? So we have to see the level of activity. Also at the same time, to estimate working capital part is we have to identify what are the current assets and what are the current liabilities. Give me the list of stock, but stock now can be of three types. Stock of raw material, work in progress, finished goods. We have debtors, cash, bank, prepaid expenses, debtors, receivables, then also creditors, outstanding expenses. So from CA, what do I subtract beta? CL to ultimately get something which is called as my working capital. Now, what do you think that all the three types of stocks, will it be valued at same? We have to see what are the different types of measurements which are required to estimate the working capital. Now, can you recollect last lecture we did something with regards to your breakup of cost? Can you recollect breakup of cost? Breakup, Pankaj, breakup of cost. No, beta. In ratio analysis, we did na breakup. No, not segment also. Can you recollect? We were finding out works cost in one of the questions which we solved. In that, there was breakup, which I taught you, where we started with point number 1, what? Raw material consumed. To that, we added what do we call? Factory cost or works cost. Correct? Then to this, what do I add? What do we subtract? What do I get? Add opening finished goods less closing finished goods. What do we get? Cost of goods sold. Then to this we add admin, selling, total cost. Come on here. If I want to value stock of raw material, can you all answer this and tell me this, which figure should I pick up to value the stock? What should I pick up? Of course, I'll pick up raw material consumed, guys. Value your stock of raw materials, I have to calculate raw material consumed. To calculate your stock of WIP, work in progress. For that, the most important part is stage of completion. What is it called? Stage of completion. This is called degree of completion. Right? Suppose the cost of this finished product is 10 rupees per unit. Do you think the cost of semi-finished product will also be 10? Will it be more or it will be less? Based on the stage of completion. Suppose they have told you that this bottle is 60% complete. Then can I say 6 rupees will be the cost of incomplete product? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. If they tell you it is 40% complete, then 4 rupees. So we have to see whether stage of completion is given or if it is not given. If it is given, we'll follow instruction. And if it is not given, then we have to make certain assumptions. What did I just say, beta? We have to make certain assumptions. And the assumptions are, we have to take 100% of raw material and we have to take labor and overheads 50-50. So what do we have to assume, beta? Raw material consumed should be 100% and labor and overhead should be 50-50. That is when the stage of completion. So as we have just discussed, stock of raw material should be valued at what? RMC. Stock of finished WIP will be based on stage of completion. Stock of finished goods. Now can you all see there is something called as cost of production here. Suppose my cost of production is 10 lakh rupees. What's my cost of production, guys? 10 lakhs. Once again, what is the cost of production? My cost of production is 10 lakhs. And if I have manufactured 1 lakh unit, can you all answer in one voice what's my cost per unit? My cost of production is 10 lakhs. And if suppose I'm manufacturing how many number of units beta? 1 lakh. So what's my cost per unit? 10 rupees. Necessary, whatever I produce, I have to sell it. Suppose I sold 90,000 out of 1 lakh. What is my closing stock units beta? 10,000. Ram, now this 10,000 units, at what price will I manufacture it beta? At what price will I value it? 10 rupees per unit. For that, COP is important. If I want to calculate what is my prepaid expenses, then I have to check which expenses are prepaid in nature, and on that basis I'll prepaid expense. Cash bank will always be given. For current liabilities, creditors should be valued at raw materials consumed. Then your outstanding expenses will be based on whatever expenses outstanding, and we are going to value that accordingly. So what I'm trying to make you understand is every current asset and current liability, will it be valued in the same way or will it be valued differently beta? It will always be valued differently. Now, if it's a existing company, if it is an existing company, data is given, assume opening stock is same as closing stock. And if opening stock is same as closing stock, there are some implications. What are the implications if opening stock is same as closing? Can I say that if opening stock is same as closing stock, your COGS becomes what? Cost of production. Your cost of production becomes what? Factory cost or works cost. And also, can I say raw materials consumed is opening plus purchase minus closing? But opening closing is same. So raw material consumed will be nothing but your purchases. But if it's a newly formed company, then things are different. Can I say if it's a newly formed company, then is there any opening stock or there is no opening stock? So I don't have a privilege of taking opening and closing, both are same. Then in such a situation, can I say my COGS is not equal to COP, it's not equal to factory cost. And my raw material consumed is also not equal to my purchases. Because it is which type of company beta? It's a newly formed. For newly formed company, I can't do that. So you know what? For newly formed company, can I say my purchases will be different from raw material? I just now mentioned, na, for an existing company, opening and closing both are same. Raw material consumed equal to your purchases. But for a newly formed company, is your opening and closing same beta? If opening and closing is not the same for a newly formed company, then raw material consumed is also not equal to my purchases. My raw material consumed is also not equal to my purchases. So in this situation, what should I do? Then I have to value the creditors at raw material consumed, or should I value the creditors at purchases? Purchases. So for a newly formed company, always remember that how will I value my how will I value my creditors beta? At RMC or at purchases? Purchases. Creditors are always there for purchases what you make, right? But if it's a newly formed company, then my RMC is not equal to purchases. So I have to find out the purchases and then I have to calculate my credit. When it comes to breakup of cost, always follow cash cost method. Which method we follow beta? Cash cost. And you know what happens in cash cost? We only consider the expenses which are cash in nature. It means that are we going to consider depreciation in the breakup of cost? And we will value the debtors at selling price or we will value the debtors on cash cost basis? Answer is cash cost. There in receivables management also we were valuing the debtors on total cost, na yaar, which was variable cost plus fixed cost. Here also we will value the debtors at selling price beta, or you will value the debtors on cash cost basis? Cash cost. It means that are we going to include the profit margin and value the debtors, or we will value the debtors excluding the profit margin? Including the profit margin or excluding the profit margin? Excluding, na? There also in receivables management, we were valuing the debtors at dash. Cost. Here also will be valuing the debtors at cost. But will the depreciation be forming part of the breakup of cost? No. We will value the debtors on total cash cost. We'll value the debtors on what basis, beta? Total cash cost. So, based on this, now we will start with questions. And I want you all to first come to question number 5. This is also a study module question, and it's a question on newly formed company. Okay. Shall we start? Okay. See what is given. Aneja Limited is a... Everyone will answer this in one voice. If it is a newly formed company, will there be any opening stock? Ama illa. Illa? There is no opening stock. And if there is no opening stock, what is everyone's view? Will your RMC be equal to purchases or RMC will not be equal to purchase? It will not be equal to purchase. Your RMC and purchases are not the same. And then, what is the page number? 9.120 for those who are searching. That, okay, 9. You get it? If you don't trust me, then you can. Got it, beta? Proved? I'm not lying. So, it's a newly formed company. My first question to you, Alvar, your head paining? So pay attention. Is your RMC is equal to purchases or RMC is not equal to purchases? Very good. RMC. Can I say that we have to calculate the amount of purchase? How will you calculate the amount of purchase? Can I say RMC will be opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock? If I take RMC plus closing stock, will I get the purchases? Come on, yes or no? Yes. There is no. So in that particular case, I'll value the creditors at purchases. It has applied to the commercial bank for the first time for financing its working capital. The following information is available about the projections for the current year, and you have the estimated level of activity, which is 1,04,000 units plus 4,000 units of work in progress. We have total 1,08,000 units, but out of that 4,000 is your WIP. Based on the above activity, estimated cost per unit is given to you, in which there is raw materials, direct wages. This is always your raw materials consumed. What is this beta? Always your raw material consumed. Then there is direct wages, overheads. If no information is given to you, know what is this type of overheads beta? This is always your factory overheads. What is this overheads beta? Factory. Total cost, selling price. Now, whenever you see a question on estimation of working capital, the first step is always identify what are the list of dash and dash. Current assets and current liability. Raw materials are in stock. I'm waiting. What is it? Current asset or current liability? CACL. CA. And that is for the period of 4 weeks. WIP. CACL. And they have told you assume 50% completion in respect of conversion cost, and materials are issued at the start of processing. It means materials will be valued at 100%, but labor and overheads will be what? 50-50. Got it? Finished goods in stock is 8,000 units. Identify and tell me what is finished goods in stock called as? CA or CL? Make that CA. Credit allowed by suppliers. What is it? CA, CL? Credit allowed to debtors, CACL. Lag in payment of wages, CACL. Cash at bank for smooth operation is expected to rupees 25,000, CACL. Assume that the production is carried out evenly throughout the year. That your requirement of working capital throughout the year will also be the, and wages and overheads accrue similarly. Wages and overheads accrue similarly means it is getting debited in the P&L account on the same time, but it has nothing to do with the payment part. They accrue similarly means you are making the payment of wages to or your labor on the same day. You have recorded in the books of accounts, you have accrued those expenses in the books of accounts on the same day when you are accruing your factory overheads also. But you can just check above, they have only mentioned that lag in payment of wages is given. Have they mentioned lag in payment of overheads? I have asked you one question. Have they mentioned you lag in payment of overheads? It's not mentioned lag in payment of overheads. So can I say both of them are accruing on the same day? But there is only one outstanding, and that is lag in payment of wages. Overheads, is it outstanding or it is not outstanding? Not outstanding. Your way. Suppose I have two employees. One is Kareena Kapoor and one is Katrina. I have two employees. They are my employees, but Alvar is getting very happy. Like, wow. So, read missed calls from Vicky. So, I have two employees. Both the employees, I am making the payment. Both the employees I am recording in my books of accounts on the same day. So are both the employees getting accrued on the same very day? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. But to one employee, I am making the payment faster. And to one employee, I am making the payment after some period of time. So in current liabilities, both the employees outstanding should come or only one employee? So your wages and overheads are accruing at the same time. But outstanding is only for wages. There is only going to be one current liability, and that is lag in payment. They say that there is lag in payment of wages. So we should also treat there is lag in payment of overheads also, because both of them are accruing similarly. But I hope you understood there is a difference between your accrual and how you are making the payment. Okay, Puranjada? Okay, very good. So basically what we have to do here, you know, what you do to me, beta, ignore. This sentence, what you have to do, beta? Because we already have what is the payment. You are required to calculate what, beta? Net working capital. You are required to calculate what? Net working capital. First of all, is this an existing company or this is a newly? Existing or newly formed? Everyone eyes on the screen, one will write. Whenever you see the question on working capital, na, always first do breakup of cost. Should always do what? Breakup of cost. Rakesh was just removed. Ready to do the breakup. Alvar? Can see it from his face. I can do face reading. Alvar? We should do breakup always on per annum basis. And is this your existing company or this is your newly formed company, beta? Newly formed. I am talking about cost. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Alvar is no, sir. I'm doing it on monthly basis. Don't know. But we always have to break up on. And is it a newly formed company? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Newly formed company. Now, I told you in your extreme estimate. Red shirt. Abhiram. You were there yesterday. Abhiram, what are the two things extreme? No, that is okay. But there is one that is time period, and the second one is your level of activity. We discussed that, na, time period and level of activity. Both the things are extremely important to estimate working. Are the time periods given to you in the question? Everywhere they have given you, yaar. 4 weeks, 1.5 weeks, they have given you. And the level of activity also they have given to you in the question. Iram, you have level of activity because it's a newly formed company, so this is for the first time we are going to manufacture. So that's why they have told you that there is 1,04,000 units which you will complete it in the year, and there is 4,000 which you will not complete. Will this give me the total amount? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. God bless. How do you start with the working capital? Breakup. What's the first item which comes in the working capital? Breakup. What's the first item which comes in the breakup? Raw material consumed. In the breakup of cost, beta. In the breakup of cost, the first item which will come is your what? Raw material consumed. Raw material consumed. Can you all please check and tell me what is the raw material consumed per unit? Piece per unit. Right? What is the level of activity, beta? 1,04,000. है ना? So can I say this will now be 1,04,000 into 80, beta? Hello, yaar. Which will be how much? 1,04,000 into 80 will be 83,20,000. And can I say here it will be 4,000 into 80 into 100%. Into 100% means the same amount only. I'm just trying to write down the stage of completion. Can I say raw material consumed is 100% used? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. That will be how much? 3,20,000. Give me the total. 86,40,000. Iram, are you getting the raw material consumed as 86,40,000? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. After this, what do you have next? Direct wages. Direct wages, can you all please tell me what is your per unit, beta? 30. And how much units have I completed? 1,04,000. This will be 1,04,000 into 30. 31 lakh. But here, 4,000 into 30 into 50%. 60. 31 lakh 80,000. For overheads, can I say this is 1,04,000, beta? What is per unit? 60. 1,04,000 into 60. Can you give me what is this? 60. And this will be 4,000 into 60 into 50%. Give me the total. Correct? There would have been any depreciation. I consider depreciation the breakup of cost, or I would have ignored it. Give me the total amount now. What is the finished goods total? Because this is finished goods, this is WIP. What is the finished goods total, beta? Finished goods total. Sorry. 1 crore 76 lakh 80,000. What is WIP total? 5 lakhs. So this will now become what? 1 crore 71 lakh 89 yaar. I'm so sorry. One crore 81. I'm so sorry. Can I say this 1 crore 81 lakh 80,000 will be actually called as your what? Factory cost, also known as your works cost. Is in this question opening is same as closing? So works cost is not equal to your COP. So I will add opening stock of finished goods. I will subtract closing stock of finished goods. But first there will be WIP, because in this question there is WIP. Add opening WIP less closing WIP. Please tell me what is the opening WIP? Nil. What is the closing WIP? 5 lakhs. So everyone please tell me what is this total amount? 1 crore 76 lakh 80. Correct? Can I say this is cost of production? Same, I'm just following the format. To this I will add opening stock of finished goods. I will subtract closing stock of finished goods. What will I get? COGS. Can you all please tell me what is opening stock of finished goods? What is closing stock of finished goods? We have to calculate that. And they have told you how much is it? It is 8,000 units. Everyone please tell me in one voice, if it is 8,000 units, please tell me guys, if it is 8,000 units, then how much is my cost of production? What is my cost of production? 1 crore 76 lakh 80. But this 1 crore 76 lakh 80, I am actually using it to manufacture how much number of units? 1 lakh 4,000. So what is per unit? 170. And I'll multiply that with what? 8,000. 13 lakh 60. Arey, it's 8,000 units, na yaar? You didn't understand this. 1 crore, Shriram, 1 crore 76 lakh 80 is for manufacturing 1 lakh 4,000 units, na yaar? So per unit it is 170. And then I'll multiply that 170 with what, beta? 8,000. So what will I get? 13 lakh 60,000. Are you all okay? So now can you please give me what is your COGS? One crore 60. Are you all okay? Any doubts? Sure, beta. Can I say, is there any office admin expenses which is given to you in the question? Office admin, office administrative expenses, etc. Is anything given to you? No, there is no information which is given to you. So can I say that's the total cost? That's the total. Everyone is okay with this much part. Okay. Now we have to estimate CA and C. How many CAs have we identified? How many CAs have we identified? Just check. Is there stock of raw material? Stock of WIP. And there is stock of finished goods also. So I have stock of raw material, stock of WIP, stock of finished goods. Then is there any debtors? Is there any cash? Yes, sir. And what are the list of current liabilities? Can I say there is creditors and there is outstanding wages? Can I write down my time period for every type of the current asset? I can have the time period for every type of current asset. Can you please tell me, for stock of raw material, what is the time period, beta? 4 weeks. For WIP, I have already calculated it. It's given. the breakup of cost. On here, WIP I've already calculated na 5 lakh rupees. Arey Baba, year. WIP is what? 5 lakhs. That is something which I already know, 5 lakhs. What is stock of finished goods, beta? Can I say stock of finished goods is nothing but 13 lakh 60,000. What's your debtors? For debtors, should we have total cash cost? Yes or no? Yes, sir. If office admin and selling and distribution would have been given to have added that. But is the office admin and selling and distribution expenses given to you? No. So we'll value that at total cash cost. And how much is this? 1 crore 63 lakh 20. Come on here. And what's the time period they have given to you for debtors? 8 weeks. Cash is also given to you. What is the cash? 25,000. Wow. Creditors, what's the time period? Outstanding wages, how much is it? 1.5. Can you all please tell me at what price will I value the stock of raw material? Look at the breakup and tell. At what price should I value the stock of raw material? So I will see now what is the raw material consumed. Everyone please tell me what's the raw material consumed, beta? 86 lakh 40. Can I say I have to now take 86 lakh 40 and multiply that with what? 4 divided by 52. Correct? 664, 61. How will I value my finished goods? So that we have already valued it earlier. Debtors. This into 8 divided by 50. 25 lakh. 10,000. 9. The total of this will give me my current assets. And those who have the textbook, they can tell me fast what is the current. Just check, are the items correct? 50 lakh. Correct? They have also taken the same current assets and valued it accordingly. Come on here. Now, the biggest challenge here is creditors. Sadhana, tell me, how will you value creditors? Huh? What did she say? To value creditors, I should scroll up. Tell me where to stop. Here, beta. Acha, okay. Here, is it okay, beta? Huh? Should I stop here? Hey, tell me. How will you value your creditors? Raw material consumed. But wait, is this an existing company or newly formed company? Is your raw materials consumed and purchases same? It's different, beta. Hello? It's different. So can I say we have to calculate your raw materials consumed? How will you do that? Raw material consumed is opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock. Very good. Very nice. Very good. Clap for her, beta. Very good. 86 lakh 40,000. 86 lakh 40. Very nice. After 3 attempts, so I hope you are trying to understand this, okay? I said sarcastically. What is the opening stock? Because it's a newly formed company, na? Let the purchases be X. And what is the closing stock of raw material? Huh? People generally take this by mistake. Don't take this. Hello. You have to take stock of raw material. How much is that? 664 615. Pranav, we don't have to subtract it, but we have to add it. 8640 plus 664 4,006 615. What will I do with this purchases beta? Can I write down here? 93 lakh 4,615 into 4 divided by 52. 7 lakh. Is this correct? How will you calculate outstanding wage? For outstanding wages, do you have your wages available? Come on, yes or no? Yes. How much is that? 31 lakh 80. What I need to do? Take 31 lakh into 1.5, divide that by 52. 91,731. Can I say this is now my CA, this is my CL, working capital A minus B. Everyone understood this? Okay. Check it. What is the current liability? 470. What will be your working capital? 529. Understood this? So I have taken one question which comprehensively has newly formed company, work in progress, and the adjustment that accrual was done on the same day, but payment is completely dependent on the outstanding part. Rinjita. See, what is the total breakup of cost? 1 crore 63 lakh 20. Will you go to the bank and ask for 1 crore 63 lakh 20? No. You will go to the bank and ask for what, beta? 42 lakh 52,009. And will this be circulated in the business? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. To actually calculate what is the amount of. Okay. Odichitia. Completed. Odichitia. అయిపోయిందా? పోయిందే. అయిపోయిందా? Not correct? Why are you laughing? Is it? Take it. In Gujarati it's called pati gayu. Pati gayu. Pati gayu means completed. Pati gayu. Pati gaya nahi beta, okay? Pati gayu. We'll solve one more question. Homework? When will I check the homework? Oh my God. You want homework? Okay. People are not doing classwork also. They are like homework. We'll do it now, yaar. Come on, yaar. Are you feeling tired? Huh? Rakesh? Sorry? Rakesh always active. When someone receives 5 proposals, it seems that he is always going to be happy. I am taking Zoom class. He is having Zoom. Okay. Now, we will solve this Norin Limited company. Do you have this question? 9.25. Ladies and gentlemen, 9.25. I solved one question of newly formed Now, obviously, I will solve one question on existing company. Better don't throw bags on each other. You want me to solve now? Okay, let's start. On January 1, the managing director of Norin wishes to know the amount of working capital that will be required during the year. Following information is being given to you. And what have they specified? Production during the previous year was 60,000 units. Hey, can I say this is level? What is this, beta? Level of activity. I always told you na, that they will give you level of, because two things are very important to it. Time period and what? Level of activity. Level of activity. And it is planned that this level of activity will also be maintained during the present year. The expected ratios of cost to selling price are raw materials is 60%, direct wages is 10%, and overheads is 20%. So, Pankaj, they have not given to you on per unit basis directly. They have told you that whatever is selling price now, on per unit basis, they have given you these ratios. Raw materials are expected to remain in store for an average of 2 months before the issue of production. Time period is also given, na? But can you please tell me what is this? Raw materials remain in store for an average of 2 months. What? So what is it? What is closing stock of raw material classified under? Very good. Current asset. We have to estimate various CA and CL now. What happened to you in the last question also when we were reading this kind of statements? You are estimating CA, CL na yaar. Chalo yaar. We have to estimate na various current assets and current liability. So Mr. Alvar. What? Alpha. Alpha only. Alpha male. Breakup per month. Alpha. Alvar. Raw materials are expected to remain in stores. What is this? Current asset or current liability? CACL. Each production is to be in process for the period of 1 month. In process. What does it mean? Work in progress. Reshma and Shushma. Tell me, this is CA or CL? You'll make that. The raw materials being fed in the pipeline immediately and labor and overheads accruing evenly throughout the month. This means nothing. Have they given you stage of completion or stage of completion is not given? Even tell me what percentage is. Indirectly, they have just told you raw materials consumed immediately. It means what? 100% raw material. And labor and overheads is going to be 100% or it's going to be 50-50? 50-50. That's why it's going to be 100% of raw material, labor and overheads of 50-50. On that. RMC 100%, labor 50, overhead. Finished goods will remain in warehouse, awaiting the dispatch to the customer for approximately 3 months. What is the CACL? Credit allowed by the creditors is 2 months from the date of delivery of raw material. CACL. CL. Then, what happened? Mr. Rahul, you said something? Sriram. What CA? Credit allowed to debtors is 3 months from the date of dispatch. CACL. Selling price per unit is 5. Have they given you now the selling price per unit? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. There is a regular production and sales cycle. Wages and overheads are paid on the first month for the previous month. Hey, for last month, wages and overheads are paid on the first of the next month. Can you all please tell me what is it? Is this your wages and overheads? Is this your prepaid or this is your outstanding? Prepaid? Where is the duster? Now please answer properly. Okay. Wages and overheads are paid on the first of each month for the previous month. When you are paying it for the previous month, is it prepaid? Can I say it's prepaid or it's outstanding? Outstanding. And the company gives normally cash of how much? 20,000. EL. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. This batch has reached its level of saturation. The company keeps cash in hand, 20,000. What is it? Current liability. This cash is my liability, no? Cash is my liability. And what I have to pay to you, that is asset. He has changed the basic fundamentals of asset and liability. What's your good? Kanna, Ashwad, Aditya, Kanwa, and Ashwad. Who was Ashwad? Ashwad, Kanna. Huh? You are also Ashwad? Ashwad. Ashwad. Kanna and Aditya. What is cash? Current assets. Current assets. Tell me one thing. Have you identified list of CACL? But whenever you see question on working capital, what? Breakup. This everyone remembers. What should you start with? Breakup. So I will start with breakup of cost. So please tell me, this is a newly formed company? In existing company, opening stock and closing stock, is it shame? Or it is in existing company, opening stock and closing stock, is it shame or it is different, beta? Shame on you. Is it same or different? You all want a break? You tell me directly. This is not the way to ask for a break. Is the CACL same or different, beta? Opening closing is same or different, beta? Same na, because it's an existing company. Opening stock data is not given to, we have to assume na yaar. The online students, these guys have gone mad. Face to face, they are gone mad. Please tell me, beta, if it's an existing company, will you consider opening stock and closing stock same or different? Write down in the chat box. Now you all shut up. It's same. See, that's what students are writing. See, same. And shame on them. They are telling me different. It's shame. So this is on which company, beta? Existing company. What happens in breakup? Raw material consumed, direct wages, and then there is factory overheads. Can you please? Raw material consumed is how much percentage of selling price? I think it is given to you in the question. You all just have to read and tell me. Direct wages, overheads. If you do the total, you will be getting the factory cost, work cost, that is 60 plus 10, 70 plus 2, 90. If you are wondering where is that 10%, that 10% is profit. Don't keep balancing figure 10% and write down other expenses. Let the company earn some profit, okay? Because you never know. When you are too high, you are behaving very differently. What is the selling price per unit, everyone? Because Mitra, tell me what is the selling price per unit? 5. What is the raw material consumed? You all have to answer, I think. If this is 5 and the raw material consumed is 60%, then what is the raw material consumed per unit? Huh? What is this? And what is this? Do I have the number of units? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. What's my level of activity? 60,000. Can I say 1,80,000? 30. The moment I have this now can I say this is an existing company, so work cost is equal to COP is equal to COGS is equal to total cash cost, everything is the same thing only, beta. What no? Huh? We can't? I have no words. Adna yaar, which company is this? Is there any opening stock? So that's what I'm telling you, no? Opening stock is same as your closing stock. So both of them are same, na? Why can't we say? We can say, na? That is factory cost, is work cost, is COP, is COGS, is total cash cost, yaar. After completing everything, we can't say. We can't. Because this is newly formed company. Because you guys are intelligent. Tell me, is this correct, beta? Right? Have we identified CS and CLs? Sadhna, tell me what are the CS in the question. Wait. Stock of raw material. Give me the time period. Very good. Next. WIP. 10. Very good. Then. Is the cash given to you? 20,000. Then. But always remember, these all will be the standard CAs which you will find in every question. But this I am telling you, you will find it in every question, in all working capital. Even if suppose you don't have time now in the examination and you have working capital question to be left now, at least write down CA, CL and write down these items. I hope you are understanding. Because what can be other than this? All these items are going to be there in all the questions. Got it? Give me current liability. You decide and tell me. Then what? Outstanding wages 1 month. Outstanding overheads 1 month. Are you guys understanding? This is A. This is B. Will I get working capital A minus B? Stock of raw material. I will value stock of raw material at what price? I'll value the stock of raw materials at what? Do I have 1,80,000? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. Into 2 divided by 12. Ish, are you understanding? Work in progress. Can I say work in progress is completely dependent on dash? Stage of completion, which is 150-50. Can you please tell me raw material consumed is 1,80,000? But that is, I have to take 100%. Direct wages is 30. I'll take 50%. Factory overheads is 60. I will take 50%. 1,80,000, 15 and 30. Total 2,25,000. But this 2,25,000 is per annum. I have to multiply it by 1. 18,000. What is stock of finished goods? At what price will I value stock of finished? Cost of production, cost of goods sold, everything is the same beta. How much is that? 2,70,000. I will take 2,70,000 multiplied by 3 divided by 12. Are all the sales on credit basis in the question? Come on, yes or no? Yes. Because they have not mentioned anything else. So we will value the debtors at total cash cost. What's the total cash cost? 2,07,000 into 3 divided by 12. Oh, it's the same answer. Come on here. 2,03,000. What about creditors? I want to ask you, in this creditors, is your raw materials consumed and raw material purchases, are both of them same? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. Because there is no opening stock, zero. Opening is same as closing. What is the raw material consumed? 1,80,000 into 2 divided by 12. Tell me. Outstanding wages. Do I have wages? Yes, 30,000. Overheads is 60. How much is this? 2,000 for 16, huh? Give me the total. 37,500. Do CA minus CA. Awesome. How easy this is. If you know that how to identify a company, how to identify CACL, how to prepare breakup of cost, no? You have to substitute and then. Are you guys understanding this? Want a break? Okay. Now please tell me, after doing all this thing, there is only one thing which is left in working capital, that is operating cycle duration. What is left, beta? Operating cycle duration. For this, there was actually guys, if my stock of raw material holding period is 1 month, can I say my money block gets blocked in the raw material for the period of 1 month? Suppose my work in progress is 2 months. Can I say the total money which is blocked is now for the period of what? 3 months. Suppose finished goods is 1 month. So the total money which is blocked is for the period of 4 months. Suppose debtors is 2 months. So what is operating cycle duration? Can I say stock of raw material holding period, stock of work in progress conversion period, stock of finished goods holding period, then there is going to be your debt collection period. The total of this, will it give me the gross duration? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. What's the gross duration? 6 months. But if I receive any credit from my suppliers, so I need to subtract that also, na yaar? So suppose my creditors payment period is 3 months. Can you all please tell me now what is my operating cycle duration net? 3 months. What is operating cycle duration? Can I say operating cycle duration means we have to take raw material holding period, then we have to take work in progress conversion period, we have to take finished goods holding period, debt collection period. From the gross duration we will subtract creditors payment period. What we'll be getting is called as your operating cycle duration. If the operating cycle duration is 3 months, what are the number of times in a year I'll be able to do the business? So guys, sometimes they will give you the periods directly, sometimes you have to calculate. But Shriram, you know how to calculate stock of raw material holding period. How will you calculate stock of raw material holding period? Can I say that stock of raw material holding period will be, suppose RMC for the full year is 12 lakhs. So 12 lakh is the RMC for how much beta? 12 months. If I ask you for 3 months, how much is it? What is the value of the stock? Then can I say it is 3 lakhs? Come on here. So you know what you have done? You have taken 12 lakh into 3 divided by 12. Come on here. Now suppose if I give you that your stock is 3 lakhs. Are you in the position to calculate the time period? That is 3 months. But how will you do that? Can I say you will take 3 lakhs into 12 by 12 lakhs? So this 3 lakh is your stock, 12 lakh is your RMC. The formula for raw material holding period, come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. So we can calculate by taking stock and raw material. But don't you think it's a mixed ratio? Because stock comes from balance sheet and raw material consumed is full year. Sometimes here we have to do average. Average stock of raw material upon RMC into 12, that give me my final raw material holding period. Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. So see, in this question now, I have this question, but I don't want to solve this right now. I'll just tell you raw material consumed. Can you just check, is there any opening stock of raw material? This is also there in your study module. Can you just check 31st March 2020, do you have opening stock of raw material? Do you have closing stock of raw material? You have opening stock, you have closing stock. Can we calculate average stock? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. Average stock will be opening plus closing divided by 2. And then if I have 55, page number 9.116, those who want. But beta, cash is always current liability, huh beta? And always remember, bank overdraft is your asset. Thing is happening to. I hope you guys are trying to understand this, okay? For WIP, can I say that here there is opening WIP beta? Yes, sir. See, there is opening WIP 35. Here there is closing WIP. Yes, that is 50. So can I say I will take average WIPR, but I will value that at cost of production. Per annum cost of production, so this should be. Finished goods, there will be average finished goods and I will value that at COGS. Receivables also average. I will use sales for the purpose of determining the credit period. Payables, I will take average payables and that will be at purchases. And this was average raw material which was actually at RMC. This way, can I get the time periods? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. Then from the gross duration, if I subtract my creditors payment period, I'll be getting the operating cycle duration. Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. As a CFO, Rakesh, what will you try and do? Will you want your operating cycle duration to be higher the better or lower? Lower the better, because lower the operating cycle duration means more number of times. Yes or no? Yes. You have to take lesser. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with this, we also complete our estimation of working capital. And the biggest learning was cash is your current liability. Bank overdraft is current. And when there is opening and closing stock, both are same. But still, what you have to do in existing company, opening and closing both are not the same. But Dev, are you there with me, beta? મારી સાથે છે? બહુ સરસ કે આ લોકો બધા કાંઈ પણ આન્સર આપે છે. મેં સમજાયું? હે? Who said that? हाँ. क्या बोला? કેમ છો? અરે મજામાં. How do you know? Oh my God! You know just what happened? He said, how do you know? Are bro, I know. Oh, sir! Chalo. Let's continue this further. Yeah, Pranav has written pain. Okay. So such things happen. Now, where were we? What break? Where were we break? Okay, now in the last 15 minutes, before we start with the break, I'll just quickly do cash budget. Cash budget will not take much of your time because it's a very easy chapter, and from the revision perspective, I will just do only the important transactions, cash budget. Okay. This is a chapter which is not asked very frequently, but if it is asked, then it is an extremely easy chapter to attempt. Okay. You will not find this chapter in every attempt of ICI paper, is that what I mean. But as I promised you yesterday, I'm going to check I'm going to cover each and every chapter and each and every concept in that chapter. So that's why I'm trying to, cover this cash budget as well. For that, are you guys there with me? Yes, sir. Yes, bro. Chalo, Dev. Let's start. Cash budget. Guys, this is also one type of a forecast. You know, cash budget is also what? One type of a forecast. Budget is a forecast. All do cash budget in your day-to-day life also. Right? You always do cash budget in your day-to-day life. Huh? GPay. Very good joke, beta. Okay. I am teaching your FM revision series. Last 16 hours. GPay. Pay attention now, okay? Please tell me, let's say for example, Mr. Rakesh. Mr. Rakesh wakes up in the morning. Is 100 rupees which is there. Can I say that is nothing but his opening balance? But technically you don't say my opening balance is 100 rupees, but can I say that in the morning he checks and it's 100 rupees, that's your opening balance? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. One example I'll be able to understand. So 100 rupees is technically his opening balance. That Rakesh thinks that today what are the activities? He's like, I have to go and attend Bhavin. He has to travel from his home to class and then class back to home, and he's estimated that 20 rupees coming, 20 rupees going, 40 rupees, and he will something for 50 rupees. So 90 rupees is something which he has planned. What was the opening balance, boss? 100. And he has planned 90 rupees. He is thinking that at the end of the day, when I will reach home, 10 rupees is going to be my closing balance. But that's what he was thinking. Suddenly, day, her birthday. Proposal 1, okay? Today is what? Her birthday. Oh, Rakesh has to first plan for the day. Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. Definitely not going to miss my lecture. So that 90 rupees is gone. Okay. Now he's just left with 10 rupees, yeah. Now don't you think Rakesh has to arrange for funds? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. And he has to plan also. He's planning that by 7 o'clock. Then, for example, first what I'll do, I'll get ready and then I will, pick her up from her house and then we will go for a date and dinner date. Okay. So, Rakesh, not with 10 rupees. That's why we are planning, no? Look at the miser of the class. And if you do breakup per month, then you will only be left with 10 rupees only. So, now, now Rakesh is planning, what will you do? He is planning, sir, what will I do? I will first pick her up and I will, or Uber, cab, whatever. That will cost, example, from his house to her house for 200 rupees. And then you have to reach one destination where it will cost another 300 rupees. Total cost is what? 500. Go for dinner. Dinner expenses is 1000 rupees. 500 plus 1000 is how much? 1500. Then he's thinking that, of course, post dinner we will go for dessert and that is going to cost 200 rupees. 300 plus 200, how much beta? 1700. Then he's planning, so in dessert what will you eat? No, both the things together, okay? Be conservative. I am giving you some life hacks, okay? So after dinner, directly dessert, she says dessert, no ice cream, only cake, okay? Understood this? How much? How much now? 1700, na? Then from that place, he has to again reach home, 300 rupees again traveling expense. 2000 rupees. And of course, when the celebration will get over, of course, he has to gift her also something. Come on, yes or no? Yes. To avoid himself from being blocked in future, what will Rakesh do? He will buy a gift also. Okay. Suppose, for example, he buys a gift worth rupees 3000. In this particular case, and he is buying, let's say for example, a good watch, because his time is going good. Okay, so buying a watch, and suppose the watch is costing him how much? 3000. Can you all please tell me what's the total? 5000. Total 5000. But he has only 10 rupees. Now he has to arrange for 5000. Come on, yes or no? But Rakesh, he will try to arrange 5000 rupees. Thinking, how will he get 5000? How will he get 5000? He suddenly realizes that he had given loan of rupees 3000 earlier to Mr. Arva. Okay, Alva. Arvar, what is your name? I forgot. So Mr. Arvar, he had given a loan of how much amount, beta? 3000. And he was refusing him to pay. That was bad debts. He had considered it was bad debts. 3 years had passed and he was not picking up the phone. But Rakesh called him and Rakesh told him, hey Arvar, please, this time I am in urgent need of money. And he explained the entire situation. Arvar said, okay, I'll give you 3000 rupees back. Can I say that is recovery of bad debts? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. So now can I say he's arranged for at least 60% of the funds required? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. Then Arvar is thinking, what next? What next? Then he has one old cell phone in his house. And that old cell phone in his house, no one uses it. And that is lying just waste. He decides that I'll scrap it away. He wants to scrap it away. And he's going to get 1500 rupees for the same. And can you please tell me 3000 plus 1500, what's the total amount beta? 4500. 4500. Can I say this is his receipt? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. 3000, 4500. Now he's thinking what to do. He's again lacking how much? 5500. So now he tells his dad, because he can't tell his mom, okay? Or else flying chappal, okay? He tells, Arey हाँ baba, but let him have 10 rupees na yaar. They all are in a 490 is okay, 490. They don't even want your 10 rupees to be there. Then what Rakesh tells his mom, or dad, that there is one very good book in the market about stock market by Bhavin Gandhi sir. I want to buy that. That is like how much? 500 rupees. Take this 500. So now are you trying to understand he's getting 5000 rupees? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. So he has arranged the money by recovery of bad debts, from sale of fixed asset, from loans. Everything will be forming part of your receipt side. Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. And he has also made the payments. He has also forecasted the payments, which includes your revenue, expenditure, and one investment in fixed assets also. Watch, I'm talking about. Okay. Together, can I say that 5000 bad debts, someone just said. Don't say that, yaar. Okay. We wish him good luck. Okay. So can I say that he has arranged everything? By the way, all the examples which I'm giving, this is not to be applied in practical life. Huh? Don't go home and tell, hey, listen, I have to arrange 5000 rupees and sir has only told. These are the ways. This is strictly for example purposes. Okay? Because we can't trust Rakesh. Okay. Now, opening balance, add receipts, less payments. Can I say we'll be having closing balance? Opening balance, add receipts, less payments. What do we get, beta? Closing balance. What was his opening balance? 100 plus receipts 5000. Chalo yaar. 5100 minus payments 5090. 90 for me and 5000 for her. Okay. So can I say now the closing balance left will be what? 10 rupees. Can I say this 10 rupees closing balance is next day opening balance? So next day he opens the wallet, he checks how much money is there in wallet. 10 rupees. Then again he realizes that tomorrow is proposal's 2 birthday. I hope you are trying to understand. No, just kidding. This is how the cash budget will be prepared. We'll be having opening balance. What will be adding beta? Receipts. And receipts includes revenue as well as capital. And payment also includes revenue as well as capital. That bad debts, that loan he had given was 3 years ago. Still, if it is recovered today, will I consider that in my forecast? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. It is irrespective of the time period. That's why I give that. Whether it is for previous year, last year, next year, whatever, if you are making the payment today, then don't you think we have to take it into consideration? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. See, Rakesh, this is the forecast. This is not actual. Actual can be anything else also. He has arranged for 5000 rupees. And he went, he calls first. He calls and he says, listen, I'm just on the way. I'm going to come and pick you up. He says it's not working anymore. I hope you are trying to understand. If she says that it's not working anymore, then please tell me, now his closing balance will be 100 plus 5000, 5100 minus 90 rupees only for me, yaar. Hello. You will be left with 5010. Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. So forecast and actual can be anything. But we are going to do the budget on the basis of your forecast. You guys trying to understand this? Trying to make you understand this in your way. Now comes my. I am giving you some examples. You classify this and tell me where it should be your payment. Are you all ready? Sale of fixed assets. But that will coming in the cash budget. Huh? The capital receipt, is it coming in your cash budget? Come on, yes or no? Sale of fixed asset. You are selling that phone. Was it coming in your receipt? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Purchase of fixed assets. Because money va money po. Po na. Purchase of fixed assets money. Po. Whatever is po, that will be payments. Okay. Why are you looking at me like this? What happened? Okay, fine. Okay. I'll give you break. Don't worry. Okay. Focusing. So now you only tell me. Issue of equity shares. Receipts, come on, yes or no? Issue of debentures. Everyone, yaar. Loans taken. Receipts. Loan taken, money wap. Receipts. Yes, taken loan, na? Any loan taken, will it be forming part of your receipts? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. Loan repaid. Interest paid. Dividend received. Receipts. Dividend paid. Dividends receivable. Dividend receivable. Will it come in your cash budget? Ama illa. Because no money va, no money po. When there is no money coming in, no money going out, will it forming be part of your cash budget? Come on, yes or no? Very good. Redemption of preference shares. Redemption of preference shares. Preference dividend paid. Depreciation. Will it come in a cash budget? It will not come. Sriram just did like this and said no, no. Then, what break? Cash sales. Cash purchases. Credit sales. Credit sales. No money, no. Will it come in the cash budget or illa? Collection from debtors. Purchase, credit purchases. Payment to creditors. Payments na yaar. Outstanding wage. But outstanding wages paid. Then, what happened? Said something? Provision for tax. But tax is paid. Bus. Acha, issue of bonus shares. Because bonus is always for non-cash. Will it come in your cash budget or it will? Have you all understood this? Now, some important adjustments. Can you see? They have given to you from the following information is regarding your departmental store. See what is given to you. Beta 5 minutes. I'll not take more time. Okay. Now, if anyone is calling bro, even I have to look there. Okay. From the following information relating to a departmental store for the 3 months ending 31st March 2020, you are required to do the following. Okay. What is given to you? You have monthly cash budget on receipts and payment basis. Can you see there is cash in hand and at bank? Cash in hand at bank. This one is okay. cash in and at bank. Can I say this is your opening balance, beta? Okay. Can you all see there is short-term investments? What's the amount of short-term investments, everyone? 300. So opening short-term investments is 300. Just check what's the closing short-term investments. For 31st of Jan, can you just check and tell me what's the closing short-term investments? What was the opening short-term investments? 300. What's the closing short-term investments? Everyone in one voice, what is happening to the short-term investments in the month of Jan? Money, short-term investments have been sold or short-term investment have been purchased? From 300, if the closing balance becomes 700, then it's short-term investment purchase na yaar. Short-term investment purchase, money va, money po. The receipt or payment. It's gonna come in your payments part. Got it? Got it? 700 is the closing for 31st of Jan. Can I say that will become opening for Feb? Come on, yaar. That will become opening for Feb. Suppose opening for Feb is 700. But what's the closing for Feb? 0. Then what has happened with the short-term investments? Short-term investment have been purchased or sold? Money va, money po. Money po. Very good, beta. Sell short-term investments and give money also. These are my future chartered accountants. Can you please take the short-term investments and how much money I have to give? Sale of short-term investments, money va, money po. Money comes in or money goes out? Money comes in. It's a receipt or payment. 700 receipts. 31st March, closing is 200. Everyone in one voice, can you tell me what is this purchase? Purchase of 200. Money va, money po. Very good. Payments. Then we have debtors. Can you see there are debtors? Are we concerned with debtors or we are concerned with collection from debtors? Everyone just check. Do you have sales in the question? Do you have closing debtors and you have opening debtors? Is this data sufficient for you to calculate the collection from debtors? Come on, yes or no? How will you calculate collection for debtors? Opening plus current year sales minus closing. So it is like this only, two balance brought down, right? Two sales. है ना Pranav? This is by balance carried down. So here it will be your collection. You all know this, yaar. Okay. So whatever is your opening balance, suppose your opening balance is 2570. What's your sales? 2100. Please take 2570 and 2100. And subtract the closing balance, which is 2600. 2070 is money va, money po. Va po. Receipt. Is this your collection? Come on, yes or no? Gonna be collected. Purinjida. Very good. Then we have stock and we have trade creditors. But if it is stock and trade creditors, what I have to do is I have to actually calculate what should be my purchases. How do I calculate my purchases? Can I say to calculate my purchases, we have to take into consideration COGS. What's the formula for COGS? Opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. Correct? So if I have COGS, if I have opening stock, if I have closing stock, I can get the purchases. But I am not concerned with purchases. I am concerned with payment to creditors. So can I calculate payment to creditors based on this? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. I can calculate payment. Then after this, we have next thing, which is other creditors. Now, can you see other creditors is 200, 200, 200 everywhere? Hello? Other creditors is 200, 200, 200 everywhere. Can you please tell me what does it mean? Have we paid the other creditors or we have not made the payment to the other creditors? If you have not made the payment to the other creditors, then can I say it's outstanding only? And if it is outstanding, then can I say it will not be forming part of your cash budget? Then there is dividends due. What is dividends due for Jan 30? 485. But can you just check for Feb the dividends due is dash? It is 0. So can I say that we have paid the dividends in the month of Feb? Yaar. Money va, money po. 485 will be negative payments. There is taxes due, which is also. If it's outstanding, it will not have any impact. So then what will happen, do you know? That we will have to prepare the cash budget every month. Jan, Feb, March. Opening plus receipt less payments will give you what? Closing. Then every month's receipt will come here. Every month's payment will come here. Then there will be closing balance, which will be next month's open. And every month's receipt, every month's payment, then there will be closing. Are you understanding? Take a minute. But then in that particular case, every month the impact on the cash budget will be paid 320, 320. So in that particular case, every month closing balance will be relatively lower. And that will be transferred to the opening balance because we are taxes. Month it will be lower, na? There is a, first of all, such kind of adjustment can only be taken into specified. They don't specify it, then what is the taxes? Matlab, whatever is the due, outstanding until unless it is paid. But why do you want to pay it first? First of all, you don't have to pay tax monthly. You pay taxes on advance tax basis, which comes quarterly. First of all, advance tax comes quarterly, na yaar. Whenever you are paying taxes. So income tax, which tax you taught? GST, okay, very good. Just one strong disclaimer, beta. GST comes in group 1 and FM and SM comes in group 2, okay. So then don't apply thinking that this is GST concept which is applicable. And if they tell you that the payment is to be made, then and every month not the same. The GST, do you think every month your sales? What are you saying? And that will be different, na beta? Component will also be different. You only have to pay if they specified. Hey, Purinjida. Now. Break I'll give you, but one second. Just one last thing. They actually calculate, na, they have very, very, very technical. Now there are many technical questions in a way that cash budget itself requires 6 hours of coaching. Only cash budget. Because every question, there are technical questions like, there is one question of Prachi Limited, which deals with clear fund and uncleared fund, you know, which is there in the study module. Then there is a question in which we have to forecast the what should be the cash available to service a loan. Okay, so there are many technical questions in the cash budget. If you want to take minimum risk now, your FM preparations, it's okay if you avoid those things, because they will always ask you majority, how do you calculate your normal cash budget forecast? Because that is what a finance manager needs to do. You know, opening balance, add receipts, less payment, etc. So just focus on whatever notes I have given to you on that. There are some questions. If you are able to do that, then your cash budget will be easy. That will be manageable. That much, at least you'll be able to attempt it. If you don't have time, then definitely do it. But then there are lots of technicalities involved. But they have never asked once that Prachi Limited question. They have not asked, you know, which clear fund and unclear funds. So from the revision perspective, I'm not investing that much time in that. Okay. Then there is Baumel's model. Do you know EOQ? EOQ, economic order quantity, root of 2 into A into CA upon CI. Similar to that, there is optimum cash balance which is supposed to be maintained. So there is such kind of questions as well. Want to just go through it, you all can. Okay. But I would just focus that this format and these couple of questions which are there in the notes, just solve that. Okay. You'll be able to understand budget. Okay. Okay, just that last thing I was talking about is if there is a negative cash balance now, then we have to carry forward the negative cash balance also until unless they specify this. Suppose they tell you something like this, that the negative cash balance is, or suppose they tell you that the minimum cash balance desired is 50,000. What is the minimum desired cash balance, beta? 50. Suppose opening balance is 10, receipts is 40, payments is 30. Can you give me the closing balance, beta? 20. But what is the minimum desired cash balance? 50. So sometimes you have to take the loan in order to meet the minimum cash requirement. Okay, so in study model, there is one question of cumulative borrowings in which it is specified that if suppose there is a deficit, then how will you meet the deficit, beta? By taking some loan. Okay, so then you have to take the loan. Suppose in the next month, this balance comes negative 10,000. Then we have to take the loan of dash 60,000. And can I say this will become what? 50,000. Then please tell me if suppose your closing balance comes 1,90,000. Then can I say you can definitely repay 90,000? Come on, yes or no? Yes, sir. Then you can repay 90,000 as well. Whatever loan you have taken, you can repay that as well. And balance surplus, you can invest it somewhere else in such a way that the closing balance should be what? 50,000. If there is minimum cash balance, then you have to be very careful that your closing balance should not be transferred. You have to see that what is the extent to which the borrowings will be done and how much is the repayment of the borrowings which are. That question, what borrowings you are taking, exactly that much closing balance will come for the purpose of repayment. So there is no concept of investment. Just told you something extra. And if there is surplus left, you can invest it. So that's it. Now, with this, even cash budget is now okay. Now you know what is left. Investment and that cost of capital 2, which is an extended version of. We're doing that, so we'll take a break. After the break, we'll continue. So we're at 5. Welcome. Someone just said 6 o'clock. Chalo. Bye guys, take care, but please be on time.